Today I picked up this Pokemon collection for $230. It was just hits, no bulk, nothing crazy hits-wise, a lot of just EXs, Vs, etc. I kind of bought it just to add some more, rather than just listing reverses all the time or hollows. A little bit higher value cards, but nothing crazy. My goal with the story is pretty simple, just quality inventory that people are looking to buy to complete master sets or to complete binders and whatnot. Whilst I had a vague idea what was included in the collection, I never went through it price-wise before buying it. I just knew the rough amount of cards and the overall cost. So the overall cost was $230. There was 135 cards. There's a promo card as well, a Finnegan ETB promo card that usually I'll just list by taking a photo and listing it up separate. You can't really run them through the scanner, so I take a photo of that separate and list it, so it's not included in the video. So there was 135 cards, so I knew roughly each card's $1.50, and I knew just looking at the cards that most cards, the minimum value that we sell on the store for is $2.99. Less sometimes we'll do a discount when people offer less amounts and whatnot. So this was my first actual look through the cards to see what there was. A few cards stood out. There was a couple of nice little ones where these Cosmo Hollows, there was 3 in a sleeve because they'd come out of promo boxes with 3 different versions. So person had just sleeved the 3 in one sleeve. Sometimes you have a bit of trouble getting the top loaders out. We used to keep everything in top loaders, but now I find it simpler to just keep them in a sleeve, and then when we ship them out we put them in a semi-rigid. So we literally have a bulk lot of top loaders where we always take them out of the top loaders and just store them in the sleeve. There's a few illustration rares mixed in here as well. Nothing crazy. They always do really well on the shop, illustration rares. I think a lot of them are undervalued when you think about it, when you buy a pack of Pokemon cards, and now you're pretty much paying $10 for most packs, and then your chance of pulling an illustration rare is 1 in 8 maybe a little bit better in some packs, but then some illustration rares are going for $5, so it just doesn't add up price wise. So I think a lot of illustration rares are worth picking up at the lower value. People like to collect them, chuck them in binders. So I like to organize them all in the same direction here as well. See, that one had a code card from the sealed product. There's one of those ETB sleeves, which can be a pain to get off sometimes. They're so tight. A little, I don't know, tip if you're new into Pokemon is don't use them. Just keep them sealed if you want to keep them. They're a cool artwork on the back, but they're really bad at protecting the cards. They're way too tight, and they'll often, if you keep them in storage, they'll often warp the card because the plastic will shrink, or they never work great. There was I think 3 or 4 of the promos out of the the latest tins that come out, not the Gengar ones. Well, they're part of the Gengar set, but yeah, they're just the Clefable tins. And they were still going for like, I think the Gengar was going for like $20+, and I think Clefable's around 10. A couple more illustration rares there. I like this Pyro card. It's got some vibrant colors on it. These Talonflame cards, like, they look really good, and I'm sure they're like an $8 card. They just look like they'll be a better card one day. There's that promo card. So yeah, we take that out and we just like photograph that, list it separate. I'm just doing like a quick count of the cards here. When we list them up, we normally do them in batches of 50. You can do like heaps more than that. We used to do like hundreds at a time, but it makes it a little bit painful for storage. And then I noticed eBay, when you use like the upload feature, when you're using a CSV file, sometimes it will get to like 150 listings and then time out. So then it's a little bit painful to go back through and be like, which one's timed out, what one didn't. I'm just getting another ETB sleeve off. So yeah, there was 134 cards added. We like to split them into groups of 50. I also do that because some of the sleeves that we use come in packs of 50. Most of them come in packs of 100, but some of them that we're trying out at the moment come in packs of 50. They're a little bit thicker. We're just giving the scanner a little clean here. Sometimes you can get, especially if you're not using brand new sleeves, like a lot of these obviously have come from someone else, and they may have like a little bit of grit on it. So, and then that will go into the scanner and then start to leave a line on the cards. It's not the end of the world. The card still doesn't damage the cards at all. It's just the image that you post to eBay will have like what looks like a scan line, but it's just because there's a speck of dirt on the glass that's in there. So we use Card Uploader. We did try some of the other platforms. Card Uploader's the best. Price-wise, does the best job of identifying stuff as well. Probably not as many features as some of the other ones, but the price is just incredibly good compared to the other ones. Sometimes we sort of have a fixed pricing guide in our head. So most of the times it will spit up like a TCG player price there. And most cards on there will be, under $1 for this sort of range of card. Up from under $1 to, unlimited. But most of these cards will be from $1 to $5 that we're listing here. And what we generally do is like anything from 50 cents to $1 on TCG Player we list for our minimum of $2.99, and then we like filter up by dollars off there. So something that's like $1.40 we'll list for $3.99. Something that's $2 something we'll list for $6.99, and it goes up. And it seems to like work out when you look at last solds on eBay. Roughly that will be the same. Anything over like $5 that comes up on TCG Player, I'll always just take a look at eBay to see last solds, because often like TCG Player will sell a card for $5 and then you look on eBay and they're just selling for like $19. So if you listed it for, and I think everyone's probably been guilty of it, where you're like rushing through, not checking properly. Like we've sold several cards that are probably, $15 to $20 cards for like $5 because we've just rushed through and not, we're trying to do volume rather than be perfect. So here we're just doing the final touches and then uploading to eBay. The 3 batches come out to about $713, which we could expect maybe $230 profit after all the fees and shipping. I'm happy with the pickup. Adds another 134 cards today to the collection and moves us closer to that goal of 3,500 active listings. If you're interested in following the journey and building our little store, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.